Hey everyone, it's me, Christina. It's time for another video diary. I'd like to start off by telling you the time and date. It's 10:49 p.m. It's October 10th, 2010. Today has actually been a pretty rough day. It's rough from the start. I woke up this morning not feeling too good. For some reason I was really weak, so I slept until about lunchtime. Later on in the afternoon I got up and I started to walk around the unit, because our doctors tell us to walk around the unit a few times, take our time, rest, you stop, just take a breather while we're walking, and not to hurry, but try to do a few laps. This is in order to keep us out of the bed, so we can get out and talk to other patients and stuff like that, and I really enjoy doing that. So I got up this evening and I was doing my laps around the unit, and I started feeling a little funny, so I slowed my pace down. And a few minutes later, my nurse comes in there in the hallway and finds me, and he's like, "Christina, how do you feel?" I said, "I don't feel really good. I feel kind of weak." He said, well, what's your normal heart rate?" I said, "Well, my normal heart rate is normally about 130, which is usual. That's good for me." He said, "Well, honey, your heart rate is 180 and it's climbing." I said, "Well, I can tell because my chest is pounding and I feel some strange pain on my shoulder and my neck and my left arm, and my fingers are tingling." He said, "Well, okay, you need to start making your way to your room, but walk slowly, don't rush. Because if I would rush or get upset or worry, my heart rate would get higher." So I'm slowly walking to my room, and as I'm walking, he's following behind me with the EKG machine. We come in here, I lay down, they get me hooked up to the EKG machine, and apparently it was not a good result. And at the time, I was getting sick, nauseous, sick to my stomach. I thought I was going to throw up. I felt like I was going to pass out. I was in severe pain because my chest was hurting, and my heart rate was 180 and climbing. At this time, I'm trying to think to myself, do I need to call Joe up and tell him to get up here, because I knew something was wrong. The nurse comes back in, and I told him, I said, "Something's wrong." I said, "My chest is pounding. I don't feel good. So, I've never done this before." So he calls the doctor, and come to find out that it was either my calcium or my potassium, I'm not sure which one of those it was extremely high, and it was climbing, which means I ate something that I wasn't supposed to eat. But the only thing I can really remember eating that I knew I shouldn't have was I had some French fries last night from the cafeteria, but they were not salted. Unfortunately, I used barbecue sauce to dip the fries in to eat it, which I thought the barbecue sauce is what did it, but it had to have been that and a combination of other things. So, by the time then, I'm very weak. Every time I move, I barely even move. It fluctuated from like 120 to 160 to 180, and it kept going back and forth, back and forth. And I was crying. I was in so much pain, and the doctor come in here after they called him, and he stayed in here, to make sure I was okay. I really do appreciate my two nurses that were in here. They were in here from the beginning of their shifts. They didn't even get to have time to go see their other patients because I was so ill. And had it not been for them and my doctor, I don't know how I would be right now. So a couple of hours later, after the a majority of different types of medicine they put through my line, that's right here in my neck, and I had to drink 4 bottles of KX Lake, and that's basically a little bottle about this size, and it's kind of brownish color, and it tastes like chalk. And what that is that gets your potassium or calcium, whichever it was, and it makes you have diarrhea, so you poop it out, which is nasty, but hey, it works. So my levels kept climbing, so that wasn't working. So they had to give me some sugar water, some insulin drips, and some diltiazem, if I'm not mistaken, through my IV. And they gave me a lot, to try to get my heart rate down. And slowly but surely it started coming down. So I was finally able to get some pain medicine, which kind of calmed me down a little bit as well. And I've had a few spikes since then, and it's gone back up to 180. But the medicine that they've got me on with my IV, it's keeping me at a medium level, which is good for me right now. My heart rate's about 90, which is actually low because my normal heart rate is 130, but 90 is good. That's normal for people. But today's been a busy day, and I have not felt that good, which is weird because it was quick. It was onset. I wasn't expecting this to happen. Tomorrow I'm supposed to go have surgery and have a permanent perm cath put in, and they can take out this temporary perm cath. But right now, with my issues, my levels being high and my heart rate doing what it did, I'm not sure if they're going to do it or not, So it's just a day-by-day thing, and we'll take it one day by a time to see what's going to happen. I was hoping to go home Tuesday, but I'm seriously doubt that's going to be happening now. I know my trip to going home is going to be a little prolonged. They did say they want to make sure that I'm not in rejection before I go home, so they're going to do a biopsy before they send me home. And I contacted Joe, and my little sister contacted me, and texted her, told her what was going on, told her to tell my dad. My dad called up here and talked to my doctor to get all the details, and because him and Joe they're my emergency contacts, so they were on the ball, and they were prepared to come up here if they had to. But my nurses told me to just sit tight and just stay calm, and don't have them come up here yet. We just make sure we can get everything under control before I call them, and kind of freak them out and have them rushing all the way up here for nothing. But right now I'm feeling pretty good. My chest isn't hurting anymore. My heart rate is not pounding. But I'm a little cautious of getting up and going to the restroom or anything like that, because I don't want it to set off another attack. I guess really it's just, it's hard on me, yes, but in a way it's all worth it, because, as long as I fight and I keep myself calm and don't worry myself, then I'll pull through. And the only thing that really keeps me going is my family and friends. And had it not been for the wonderful staff of HTICU, I don't know what would have happened. But these people here at this hospital at UAB in Birmingham, Alabama, are like my family. It's sad because I see them more often than I do my own family. And don't get me wrong, I love my family to death. But I would like to have I would like to get to know my father. I don't really get to spend a lot of time with my father. I grew up with just one parent in my house, and that, as a child, not having a father in the family is hard. Because on Father's Day, I would always send him a card. I'd send him a Christmas card and birthday cards and all that. But I feel like I was always put on the back burner. And that my little sister meant more to him than I ever did. And I know he loves me. But I just wish he was in my life more than what he is now. And I know lately I've been trying to push him out of my life because I figure if I don't see him, I don't worry. And I won't miss him as much. But really and truly, it's just worse on me. Right now, the main thing I'm just concentrating on is getting better and getting my levels back down to normal to make sure I'm not in rejection. Because once this heart goes, I'm not going to get another one. I guess the last case scenario, if my heart does fail, they can put me on a heart pump. But, I don't know if my body is even strong enough to withstand that. But anyway, I'm going to end this video diary because it's late at night. And I'm not sure what's going to be happening tomorrow, but when I find out, I will do another video diary. So with this said, I wanted to tell you good night, sleep tight, and don't forget to go online to www.taylorsgift.org, and you go on there and register to be an organ donor if you have not done it already. And yes, I know I say this at the end of every one of my video diaries, but please, the reason why I do it is just to get as many organ donors as possible to register on that website, because every donor that donates an organ saves just one more life. So with that said, good night, God bless, talk to you later, and I love you. Bye bye.